TikTok CEO just testified before US Congress. Essentially, he got grilled about TikTok's privacy issues. Basically, the members of Congress are saying that TikTok is a national security threat, and we don't believe our data is safe. Now, the TikTok CEO is saying that actually, all US data is protected, and any data that we happen to have collected beforehand, we will be deleting in the next year. So let's start with a member of Congress presenting their case against TikTok, and then we'll look at his defense.
TikTok collects nearly every data point imaginable, from people's location to what they type and copy, who they talk to, biometric data, and more. Even if they've never been on TikTok, your trackers are embedded in sites across the web. TikTok surveils us all, and the Chinese Communist Party is able to use this as a tool to manipulate America as a whole. TikTok has repeatedly chosen the path for more control, more surveillance, and more manipulation. Your platform should be banned.
Okay, so they're starting off with a pretty strong stance, saying that TikTok should be completely banned with no exceptions. Apparently, it tracks everything about you, even saying that it tracks you when you're not even using the app. Apparently, it tracks you just by being installed on your phone. Now, that's obviously pretty scary stuff, and I understand why they're pretty upset, but let's take a look at TikTok's CEO's response.
Now, there's still some work to do. We have legacy US data sitting in our servers in Virginia and in Singapore. We're deleting those, and we expect that to be complete this year. When that is done, all protected US data will be under the protection of US law and under the control of the US-led security team. This eliminates the concern that some of you have shared with me that TikTok user data can be subject to Chinese law. We will also provide unprecedented transparency and security for the source code for the TikTok app and recommendation engine. Third-party validators like Oracle and others will review and validate our source code and algorithms. This will help ensure the integrity of the code that powers what Americans see on our app.
Okay, so you started off with the point that they're going to erase all the legacy data that they've actually collected before. Now, that's not a very strong point, because how can you ever confirm that that data has been completely deleted? Because even if you delete the original version, you could have made millions of copies and sent it all around the world. So the fact that they have that data in the first place is a pretty hard thing to counter. Now, I will say that this is a huge step up from the previous video we covered, where he was speaking in the sort of robot voice, faking his emotions. This seems much more like genuine or, presentable like a CEO. Now, that part where he talks about unprecedented transparency, I think he means more transparency than other companies, maybe like Facebook or something. Now, I'm not familiar with like Oracle or any of these other third-party companies that he's talking about, but I don't really think anyone stays third party for long, especially in these kind of situations, but he probably knows more about it than I do, obviously. Now, this next part is where it gets absolutely down and dirty. Here we have this tweet: TikTok spied on American journalists. Can you say with 100% certainty that neither ByteDance nor TikTok employees can target other Americans with similar surveillance? TikTok CEO, I disagree with the characterization that it was spying. That's right, I was just playing peekaboo, guys.
As I previously referenced, TikTok spied on American journalists. Can you say with 100% certainty that neither ByteDance nor TikTok employees can target other Americans with similar surveillance techniques?
Chair Rogers, I first of all disagree with the characterization that is spying. It was an internal investigation.
Yes or no? Can you do surveillance of other Americans?
We will protect the U.S. user data and fire it off from all unwanted foreign access. It's a commitment that we've given to the committee.
So I guess my question is, I wanted to hear you say with 100% certainty that neither ByteDance nor TikTok employees can target other Americans with similar surveillance techniques as you did with the journalists.
Again, I don't disagree with the characterization is surveillance, and we have given our commitments, Chair Rogers. The 4 commitments, I think it's our commitment that we will not be influenced by any government on these issues.
Okay, I will say that is not a good response, okay? This is definitely a beating around the bush, I'm not spying on you response. The response should be that I guarantee with 100% certainty that your data is safe and I'm not spying on American journalists anymore. When you respond like that, it just looks really suspicious. Now, TikTok CEO is trending on Twitter and people are cooking this man. Now, I don't really blame them, honestly. I feel like some of the practices going on here are extremely shady. So now he addresses some of the privacy concerns and says that we're building a firewall that apparently protects all your data.
ByteDance is not owned or controlled by the Chinese government. It's a private company. 60% of the company is owned by global institutional investors. 20% is owned by the founder, and 20% owned by employees around the world. ByteDance has 5 board members. 3 of them are American. Now, TikTok itself is not available in mainland China. We're headquartered in Los Angeles and in Singapore, and we have 7,000 employees in the US today. Still, we have heard important concerns about the potential for unwanted foreign access to US data and potential manipulation of the TikTok US ecosystem. Our approach has never been to dismiss or trivialize any of these concerns. We have addressed them with real action. Now, that's what we've been doing for the last 2 years, building what amounts to a firewall that seals off protected US user data from unauthorized foreign access. The bottom line is this: American data stored on American soil by an American company, overseen by American personnel. We call this initiative Project Texas. That's where Oracle is headquartered. Today, US TikTok data is stored by default in Oracle servers. Only vetted personnel operating in a new company called TikTok US Data Security can control access to this data. Now, additionally, we have plans for this company to report to an independent American board with strong security credentials.
Okay, so now he's presenting a pretty decent case. He's basically saying that all the data that we collect now is going to be vetted by US professionals in America, location in America, and supervised by Americans. So how could we possibly use that data for bad? Now, I will like to point out that you can be American and still not have America's best interests in mind. That's a pretty common thing, actually. But this was supposedly supposed to alleviate the concerns that TikTok's data is being sent to China. People are still saying that it's a Chinese app, so you don't really know what's going on there, and people might say one thing and do another. People are also criticizing the fact that they still haven't admitted that they were actually spying on people before, so it comes off as disingenuous. Now, somebody brought up a pretty decent point here that this is just fair game, because if you go and look at China, every single US app is banned there, including, but not limited to, Google, YouTube, Facebook, Wikipedia, Netflix, Zoom, Instagram, WhatsApp, Twitch, Spotify, LinkedIn, Skype, Pinterest, Tumblr, and Discord, and nearly all news sites are all banned in China. So, isn't it fair game for US to ban TikTok? I don't know. Okay, so now it gets even more dicey. One of the members of Congress actually asked him, can you assure us that no members of ByteDance helped you in preparation for this interview? And the response is sus.
Can you guarantee that no one at ByteDance had a role in preparing you for today's hearing?
Like I said, Congressman, this is a high-profile hearing. A lot of people around the world were sending me wishes and unsolicited advice, but I prepared for this hearing with my team here in DC.
Dude, you gotta say no. You gotta be like, no, 100% nobody helped me. I prepared on this interview, just me and my team. Like, the unsolicited advice is so sus. You have to be like, hey, I'm not a pawn in some bigger game over here. It's just so imposter, okay? I don't know what's gonna happen at this point. I feel like the future of TikTok hangs in the balance. Click this video or TikTok releases your cringy pictures that they definitely deleted.